In this video, we're going to learn about scanning in our attendance using barcoding. In a few other videos, we have learned about inserting attendance events and then also searching on those attendance events. Now I'm working in the attendance section, so I'll click on that. And then what we need to do next is make sure we have our barcodes set up correctly. Now, if you remember, we can print out barcodes by using either name tags or we can use roster reports. Simply click on the event that you want to produce the barcodes for and click on View Sheet. And then from here we have a couple different options here on the right hand side. We have the print roster, and this gives us a barcode roster that we can print out. Or we can go to the print name tags and do a generic name tag if we wish. Or we can do another type of barcode roster here. This is the one that I prefer the most. It puts about 50 students per page, so you get quite a bit more students per page than the other barcode roster. And I'll print this one so you can see what it looks like. And you can see it puts the names in alphabetical order and then also lists the barcode next to it. And if you're doing a name tag, you can actually choose the name tag option and then print those directly out of Inspire. We also have a generic and an event-based. I generally recommend using generic just because it's more flexible. Generic barcode will work for any event that you ever create in the attendance section. An event-based barcode will only work for the one event that you're creating this barcode for. So if I create this Wednesday night class event and I choose event-based barcode, this barcode will only work for scanning on Wednesday night class. If I created another event that was like Sunday night class, this barcode would not work for it. So I generally recommend using generic, and you can print those out from here. So we can imagine we have our barcodes set up correctly. Next thing we need to do is go scan those barcodes into our system. And I'm going to show you a few options with this. We'll do this all through the console. And what this window is asking for here is it's looking for the portable InTouch scanner. If you have one of those scanners, this is the one that stores about 2,000 barcodes inside of the scanner itself. You can bring it back later, plug it in, it downloads the information in, so it makes it where it's possible to be removed from the computer and still do your scanning for attendance. If you do not have one of these barcode scanners, then you'll just click no to this, and then you'll choose which event you'd like to scan attendance for and the code that you're scanning. It also chooses the date automatically for you, and this option here at the bottom actually tells us that any person that is not scanned will be marked as absent in the attendance roster. That way our attendance results, when we do a search on those, will be very accurate and there won't be any blanks left for it. Now we also have this window here on the right hand side. Yours may appear like this, but if you click on the More button, it actually shows this information on the right hand side. This will show you a picture and up to 5 additional pieces of information about an individual when you scan their barcode. And you can modify those options by going to Setup and More Info options. And then from here you can choose what you'd like it to show. Just by selecting a token, you can come in and we'll say, for instance, I want to show a note for an individual. So I will choose Individual Notes and click OK. And it actually places this token in there. If I click Show a Prompt, that'll actually show, it'll say Notes and then actually display the notes down below it. I can also show additional information, any custom fields that I've created in this as well. But for this instance, we'll just put this here and we'll click OK. Now I'm going to scan in one of our individuals, and they don't have any notes in there for now, but it'll show you what it looks like. And you can see that it lists Julianne, and she has no notes on her account. Now let's imagine that we actually want to modify this notes field and have it show up something. So I'll close out of this and then go over to Individuals and click on Julianne's record and scroll down to the notes field, and you can see there's nothing in there right now. Now let's imagine that I'm sitting here on Monday and I would like to have Julianne come see me about an event that she signed up for when she shows up on Wednesday. So what I can do is put some information into the notes field, so when the person that is actually scanning the attendance scans her barcode, it'll actually show up that I need to see her about some kind of event. So I can put something in like and then click OK. And I've actually made this note now. And what I can do next is go over to the attendance section, and we'll go back up to the console. And we'll click Note of this again and choose the event that I'd like to scan for. And now when I actually scan for Julianne's record, it shows that I have some notes on here, and this can notify the person scanning to pass on the information that I have listed here on to Julianne so that she can actually come see me on Wednesday about the event. And then we also have a couple different options here at the top. You can also choose to print a name tag after each scan. This is not like a name tag that we looked at earlier. What this actually prints is like a label out of a Dymo label printer. The stock that it uses is a 2x4 stock, and it will print the name of the individual. It'll also print the grade that they are in, and it will show one demographic field listed as well. Usually people choose something like a family number. This is more used for children check-in. And we also have our setup name tags option. This is where we can come in and tell it which demographic field that we would like it to use, and we can scroll down and choose any of these fields listed. And I can also tell it where the printer is located at, and a couple different options here, whether I want it to show the grade, the birthday, or nothing at all for that amount. So I can modify those here. And we also have the check-in, check-out option. This is very similar to the attendance option with scanning in barcodes, except you'll have two barcodes that you use instead. And when you actually scan one, it'll log in the individual and then scan the other, and it checks them out. We'll cover check-in, check-out in more detail in other videos. But for now, you should be set and be able to scan in your attendance. Remember that once you get your attendance done and you have scanned it in, to click close, and that will process the attendance information. And you can go into the view sheet and see the people that were absent and present for that date. And then if you really would like to go a step further, and we recommend doing this, you can go to the query and then attendance events and actually search on the attendance and find out who is absent and who your visitors are. If you need more information on searching on attendance, you can refer to our other video called Searching on Attendance, and it'll explain how to use all of this these options listed in the query attendance window. So this should have you set, and we'll move on to some other videos.